Back in Delta County, a man is questioned for killing a protected snake.
You already got your head down.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good.
Well, you know why we're here right now.
I think it's about that snake.
All right, tell us a story about that snake.
Okay, so I've been working. I started working 5:30 that morning. I walked in and it was crawling like up the wall in the pen, and it was a rattler. And so I just shot it with a shotgun. I thought it was a timber. I don't know much about rattlesnakes.
You had your camera ready before you had your shotgun ready.
Shotgun leaning. I was ready, and it started because it was pretty, and you know, I didn't know if it was gonna strike or not, because like copperheads, most of the time they won't strike. They'll just sit there and play.
When pictures get around too, then you get people start calling, you know.
We keep getting calls on it, and that's why we're here.
After you took the picture with them, what'd you do with it?
I cut the head off and threw it in the pond, and then
You didn't keep the tail end or anything?
No.
Rowdy was a really nice guy. He's never been in trouble, and he didn't know that they were protected. Well, we're here to educate and everything else, but I hate that you killed it. In a circumstance like that, call me. I've got some snake catchers, so we could haul it off back to the woods.
Okay.
We are going to issue a citation. It is a ticket. Timber rattlers are protected for a reason. There's only a few places around here where they live. So I feel that he did need a citation, and he's going to be thinking about that rattlesnake for a little bit. Is Rowdy your real name?
Yes, sir.
Sounds like a bull rider name.
My dad was a bull rider back whenever I was
All right.
Was he really? That's how you got that name, wasn't
Yes,
it?
sir.
Okay. I told you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, you take care of yourself.
Good meeting you.
Game Warden Matthew Zittrick gets to know his new county.
Presidio County is kind of in the far west Texas. We've got the Big Bend State Park in the southern part of the county. Presidio County is the fourth largest county in Texas, and with only about 5 paved roads in the whole county. You've got to cross ranches to get to other ranches, and you need to know where you're at. You know, I'm from the Dallas area, so you don't get the mountains, you don't get the terrain that we have out here. When I moved out from the academy, this was one of my areas that I wanted to come to. So far, the 4 months I've been here, I've enjoyed it a lot. They're waving at us. I'll get out and say hi to them. Howdy. How are you? Good. My name's Matthew Zittrick. I'm new game warden out here. Thought I'd stop and introduce myself to you.
Steve Lancaster, my wife, Jan Lancaster.
How are you doing?
Hi, ma'am. How are you doing?
I'm doing well,
Good.
thank you. So how long have you been out here?
4 months, and still trying to learn the county. Man, it's a big, it's real big.
Did he tell you about the jelly? I have it up there if you all want to come up to the house and take it.
Love to. One of my partners was telling me about this particular piece of property. The landowners were real nice, and she makes jelly for all the wardens. Oh, look at this.
You each get a habanero and a jalapeno.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
and
you,
then
ma'am.
each of the rest of you get 2.
Okay, thank you. Well, yeah, I wanted to stop and introduce myself, and you've got my card if you need anything. We're just a phone call away, and yes, sir. Presidio County has a lot of animals, a wide variety. I would say deer's probably hunted the most. Roadkill will happen, but if you see a dead deer, I'll always stop. Any kind of animal, I'll stop and look. And if you see a bullet hole or you see a deer that's got maybe some meat cut off of it or something, you got a potential poaching case. Yeah, you see this every once in a while. I'm gonna turn around and see if there's a hole or something in the fence. That is a bull, and he's probably not gonna be too happy with us. I don't know how this bull got out. It's a safety matter. Cars coming up and down the road, and there's a 2,000-pound bull running up and down. It could cause a serious accident. One thing I don't want this bull to do is charge at me or run into traffic. Keep going. No. I saw the same set of ear tags on the south side of the fence where the cows were at, and they were calling for him, so I knew that this bull belonged on that side. There you go. There you go. Keep going. You always need some kind of plan when dealing with, any cattle, especially a bull of this size. He could charge me, he could run the other direction, he could run through the fence. There you go, turn around, there you go. Walk up to him, make a little noise, talk to him even. There you go, keep going. You know where to go. Keep going down the fence. Sounds a little funny to kind of talk to an animal and tell them, let's go, come on, let's get in the fence, but just be calm and gentle, and hopefully they'll be the same in return. There you go. The gate's wide open. When I signed up for the job, I didn't know it was going to be cow wrangler. Yeah, you're welcome.
Up in the Panhandle in the northwest corner of Texas, a relocation operation is underway.
Over the last 4 or 5 years, we've been doing a pronghorn restoration effort in the Trans-Pecos, and that's just to boost populations that have historically declined.
Pronghorn are the fastest land mammal in North America, capable of running at speeds of up to 60 miles per hour. They can see 300 degrees around without moving their head and can detect movement up to 4 miles away. Their speed and eyesight help them evade predators.
It's a big operation. The type of care go into preserving these animals and making sure their safety or their health is a priority.
Biologists and volunteers set up medical stations to examine the pronghorn before they're loaded into trailers and driven 8 hours south to Presidio County.
We want to be quick, but we want to be efficient. Mostly we want to protect that animal, aside from ourselves.
Once the helicopter crew nets them and hobbles them and blindfolds them, they'll go ahead and give them a sedative right on the side of capture. Once we get the animals here on the processing tables, we'll give them a series of injections, antibiotics, vitamins.
Biologists will continue to collect data about the herd's health and movements in their new home.
Satellite collar will signal a location every 15 minutes for the next 510 days. It'll allow us to track her once we release her back into Marfa.
Right now I'm seeing a good combined effort between our biologists, our volunteers, the vets.
Pronghorn are very unique. They are much more difficult to handle than a lot of wildlife species when you put your hands on them. By the same token, they're very unique in their physiology in general. We tried to put them in small containers and treat them like we would handle whitetail or some other deer species, and they didn't like that. They much prefer these big open trailers, and are much quieter and calmer in those than they are in small confined areas, because they're used to being out here in the wide open spaces. And they're also very social animals, and so when we put them in the trailers, we try to put them in a group rather than one by itself.
I'll be driving a 24-foot modified cattle trailer, and so I'm responsible from the time they leave here about 400 miles down to the Trans-Pecos between Marfa and Alpine and get them there safely.